The Vikings are back! Though this time with a little less Naruto running, dual wielding and chopping people to bits, and instead a bit more farming sim 10th century edition. Hello you beautiful people and welcome to this really quick first impressions of Vinland Saga Season 2. So yeah, Vinland Saga is back, at long last, and I am already in love with it all over again, and why wouldn't I be? It is awesome, even without Ashelad and even without Studio Wit at the helm. But naturally we are all wondering what happened to Torfinn. The first season ended with a shock for the lad, but things were looking pretty good for him. Emphasis on were, or at least so I thought. Therefore, naturally, Season 2 starts with a time skip, and it raises more questions than it answers. Things have really gone to hell in a handbasket for our boy Torfinn, although we see very little of him in this first episode. I mean, most of the episode is just this dude, and I found myself thinking, now, who on earth is this guy for almost all of it? We know this is the slavery arc, or the farm arc, whatever you want to call it, and honestly the entire beginning is focused on showing us just how rough the life of a slave is, and how they must find what little meaning they can in such an existence. And it ain't pretty. And, well, neither is Thorfinn's face when we finally see him. If I were to summarize the entire first episode to one sentence, that would be, wow, history sucked for everyone involved, and I still have no idea who this person is. But I'm sure we'll get to know Einar eventually. One thing I found nice though is the inclusion of what I suspect to be Icelandic in the beginning.
Ristu I bráð, ristu I fjandmann.
One of the few things that bothered me about the first season was the portrayal of the language barrier, since everyone was just casually speaking Japanese and not understanding one another, and it got really confusing. But maybe things will be different this time. Just maybe. Since someone is going to question it anyway, and hey, I am a linguist, I think it's Icelandic since it doesn't sound like Swedish, and carve in Norwegian and Danish is skjære, and from what I could find, in Old Norse it's skjære, but hey, I could be wrong, I still like the inclusion. All in all, the first episode was solid. The theme of the cruelty of man was back, as was the generally awful, or at least unstable nature of, well, everything really. And if I'm being honest, one of the major things that was on my mind was what on earth happened in between this and the end of the first season, and I kind of liked the mystery. Yes, I know people are already absolutely hating on it just because it's made by Studio Mappa, but I'm not gonna get on that bandwagon. But do let me know in the comments below what did you think of the pretty grim opening for this long-awaited season, and don't forget to point out just how wrong I was with my assumption of Icelandic for the opening language. If you like this, like it, dislike if you didn't, subscribe for more anime goodness, and check the links in the description if you want to engage with me outside of YouTube. With this, I have been Cheese, and I hope to see you next time. Ta-ta for now.